Alright, good evening and welcome back everyone to the Midwest F1 League. Once again, we are back here tonight with Division 2 for Round 7 at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez in Mexico City for the Mexican Grand Prix. This is one hell of a difficult track. It reminds me a lot of USA, but USA is a lot more flowing than this track. This one is very awkward, got a lot of 90-degree corners, got a lot of really hard braking corners, and then you got to get back on the power when you come out of them, and it's going to be a very tough challenge for all of our drivers here today. Joining you guys once again in another Division 2 race tonight is myself, BLIN-MACHINE, and joined once again with me is Hotspot. How you doing?
Hey, doing pretty good. Tell you what, this is going to be one heck of a race today. I mean, as you said, this track is very technical, but it's also very high-paced as well, so the tires are just going to be... We're going to eat through the tires this race, absolutely. I mean, we're going to be seeing a bunch of different strategies. I think this is going to be one of the more strategic races of the year compared to, last week when we were at Bahrain. But, yeah, this track, it can either be your best friend or your worst enemy. So I'm kind of excited to see. So just a quick note before we start off here. You notice that Jinnit has already DNF'd. He's actually received a qualifying ban because last week at Bahrain he did a reset to track, which is a no-no. So he's received... Oh, goodness me. Who's... someone's gone off here. I think Sadistic King. He's just actually slow. I thought he was turning around there for a second, but... Yeah, so Jinnit has retired. He's still, in the race. It's just he's not... obviously he's not going to be taking part in the qualifying session, so... Yeah, should be a good one.
Yeah, and we're watching here as Smith Bell is starting out a hot lap for the first time in this qualifying session with about 14 minutes to go. A quick note about Smith Bell. This is sort of like a promotion announcement, I guess, but it's a really exciting one. We've been used to Scavney 720 being in these McLaren and also dominating the first few rounds in this season and being at the top of the championship. Well, he's done, I guess, a little bit too much too quickly because he's been promoted into Division 1, and that's where to his place jumps Smith Bell, and we wish him a lot of luck because right now he is down in 22nd place with only 30 points to his name, while Scavney was really leading McLaren together with Domingos to pretty much the top of the championship in terms of the constructors. So Smith Bell's got some big shoes to fill. How do you think he's gonna do?
This is actually a really good driver move. I think Scavney fully deserves to be in Division 1. He's been absolutely on a tear this season. And I think actually Domingos and Smith Bell will be a really solid, consistent partnership for McLaren. I mean, right now they've still got just under 30 points lead at the top of the standings. We got Williams in second at 155 points. So, I mean, McLaren aren't in really danger to lose this top spot in the Constructors' Championship. But I think right now, I think the McLaren team is just really hoping that Smith Bell can, put on as good a performance. And I think that him and Domingos can make a really solid partnership. I know that Smith Bell is a really, really solid driver himself, as he's currently finding himself fifth at the moment, still a little bit behind the leader, which is currently the Razor guy last week's one. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm really excited. I do notice from watching him a little bit, he's locking up into a lot of these corners, which is telling me that he's not using braking assist or, he's got no braking assist on whatsoever, so, that could either hurt him or help him, especially with this track. As I said before, it's going to eat up your tires a lot, so, he better hope for not too many lockouts, because that can severely hurt him.
Alright, yeah, that's a lot of great information there. Thank you, Hotspot, and I think you're absolutely correct. This particular track, it's just so harsh on the tires and on grip as well. It's really hard to just get good exits out of corners over here. That's what I mostly noticed, and also it's got a couple of technical spots, like we just saw JC Blackley there on his outlap going through the stadium section right towards the end of the track there. That's your turns 13, 14, 14, 15, and then 16, all in very, very quick succession. And then turn 17, that very last corner, you know, when you have to go really sort of hard right, but you got to keep on a good flow through there with the car, just sort of chuck it in, as they say. Well, that corner is called the Peraltada, and that means the banking. So even though there isn't really a noticeable big banking there, you know, that's what they call it. That's how hard that particular corner is. So that whole last sector, that whole third sector is just the most difficult, the most technical sector you can possibly find on a Formula 1 track. Maybe, you know, with the exception of Monaco, where the whole track is just one massive technical challenge. But as it stands right now, just to run you guys through some of the qualifying times, as JC Blackley smashes up into the wall, as we see that on stream there. He invalidated his lap at first by taking the car just a little bit outside of that line, touching the outside curb, and then just spit him right back out of there. He spun around and smashed into the wall. He is going to have to get back into the pits, but plenty of time to go still.
Yeah, I tell you what, just speaking of currently our top 5. Right now, you may notice this Cake Thomas person in the Alfa Tauri seat. Well, Jimbo Fishing apparently doesn't exist anymore, and so Cake Thomas has taken that seat now. Cake Thomas, if you're familiar with Division 3, which I know you are, is a very, very solid driver. So, and Alfa Tauri still, I think, in pretty decent contention for a podium position in the Constructors' Championship as of right now. Of course, anything can happen. But they're not too far behind, currently sitting in 5th at 121 points. And I think, personally, Cake Thomas is just the person they needed. He's an incredible driver, and I can't wait to see what he's going to produce. Currently he's sitting 4th. Actually not too far behind whatsoever. Only about half a second, but not too far off the 3rd at least. So yeah, that's what I'm really excited for, is we got so Razor Guy's on his outlap, currently on provisional pole, about 5/100ths of a second over C. Freeman, who's C. Freeman in the Mercedes right now. I mean, that'd be a really good result for Mercedes as they, you know, give them a good starting spot in this race. They're currently sitting, I mean, 9th in the Constructors' Championship. They need a good result, and that would be just what they needed.
Yeah, and just wanted to mention as well, we've got some more substitute drivers here tonight. Niru Nix is subbing for Kaz FSJ, who wasn't able to attend tonight. Now, also, K-Dog is actually reserving tonight in Division 1, so good luck to him there. I know those guys are very quick, but Racing Ginger is here tonight to fill his spot as well. And as we've already mentioned, F1 Janet has that qualifying ban, so he's not going to be coming out. But one person that's just about to go on the hot lap here, and we're going to jump on board with him, it's Smith Bell, the one obviously filling in for the Drivers' Championship leader at the moment, and we're going to go for a ride-along for US or for Mexico. Sorry, I was about to say USA because it reminds me so much of it, but this is Mexico. This is turn 1, very hard on the brakes there, and also this is another very technical section there through turns 2, 3, and 4 as well, very, very quickly. And now we're coming into 4, well, technically 4 and 5 right here. It's a left-hander and another right-hander, and that's a purple sector so far for Smith Bell. So very, very quick there. But this one, this double right-hander, you pretty much got to treat it as one corner, turn in at the right time, and it looks like Smith Bell is doing a pretty good job so far. And now into the S's we go. These are turns 7, 8, 9, and now we're coming into 10. You got to chug the car around, open up the DRS. You've got this nice little straight to run all the way down into turn 12, but then you got to smash on the brakes, rotate the car right, and now you're into the stadium section. Huge hairpin to the left, and now a quick little right-hander there, and this is the Peraltada to finish it off. There is a little bit of a banking there now that I look at it. Smith Bell aborts that lap, and he is going to pull into the pits.
So I don't want to speak too soon here, but we currently have 2 Mercedes within the top 3 right now. So Razor Guy's just set another fastest lap, so he's got a bit of a cushion against C. Freeman in second, but Detail has worked his way up into third, and we're creeping in on 6 minutes now left in the qualifying session, so let me tell you, that would be a result for the Mercedes team. As we move on down further a little bit, Statistic King, the Williams, you know, one of the more consistent qualifiers. He's done pretty well, found himself in 4th currently. Cake Thomas, as I mentioned earlier, currently on his out lap. JC Blackley in 6th. Our new points leader, actually, so he'll be looking for a good result. which he would definitely need because currently he's only 1 point ahead of Sadistic King currently in second in the points with 108. So, yeah, then we got Nero and Haas. As you saw earlier, Smith Pell in the McLaren filling in that seat full time. I mean, he's kind of been thrown into that seat, Smith Pell. I mean, this was like a today thing where he found out that he'd be taking this ride full time. So it's actually quite a difficult transition to just jump into a seat like that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a challenge, but I feel like you know, all of these guys, they're ready for these sort of challenges. They're going to be taking them on. Razor Guy still leading right now, provisional pole 114.687, and he is quite a distance away from C. Freeman in second place. C. Freeman is out there for another out lap, as Cake Thomas is out for a hot lap, currently sitting in 5th place, coming through the S's right now into turn 10. You got to keep it within the lines there as well, because it looks like we are running the strict corner cutting tracks or track rules for this track, which makes it absolutely you know, incredibly hard to drive around. It's already a hard track, but this makes it even harder. Niru Nix just improved this time to a 115.574, puts himself into 3rd position, and here comes Cake Thomas, and he is going to stay 4th, looks like. Yeah, he's improved from 6th to 4th, 115.673, so it's super close between 2nd and 6th, but then there's a little bit of a gap between you know, Razor Guy and the rest of those top 6 there. What do you think in terms of strategy here tonight as well? How many stops are we going to see from most of our drivers?
Well, I'm going to assume we're going to see at least 2 stops, especially if you're going to... I think 2 stops is probably going to be the best strategy. I don't know how big of a problem safety cars are going to be. As we saw last week at Bahrain, that was a big wrench thrown into the game plans of a lot of these drivers. So I don't know if they've got that in their plan. Surely we're going to be seeing 2 stops here. That's probably what the best strategy is going to be, especially if you want to finish out the race strong in a soft comp. As just camera, but yeah, surely we're going to be seeing 2 stops here.
Yeah, and C. Freeman there made a tiny little mistake on his hot lap. He was pretty much one of the top people there that are aiming for that provisional pole at the moment, but then just made that mistake, went onto the grass, invalidated this time. He's gonna have to try again. There aren't too many people out on track right now. It looks like Best Bonds is about to start a hot lap here. He's currently sitting in 10th place. Let's see what he can do in his Renault. Starts up the lap now, and he opens up the DRS on the huge run into turn 1. A massive place for overtaking, obviously, with the DRS, with the you know, option of using your overtake button as well. That might be something that a lot of our drivers will be using on that particular straight. The Best Bonds making it through turn 3 there, opens up the DRS once again. We get a nice little view of that rear wing completely open in the DRS zone, then slams shut as he slams on his brakes to come into turns 4, 5, and running really wide on 5 there, but managing to stay within the track limits is the Best Bonds, doing a lot right now to try and improve his time. And now I'm seeing a lot of people coming out for their outlap to try and be the last person to cross the line here with 2 minutes to go in qualifying here for round 7 of Midwest F1 League in Division 2.
And I tell you what, right now, I think right now we got Nero is currently sitting 3rd in the Haas. I mean, I think Haas theoretically today, supposing they have a better race than Renault or AlphaTauri, they could find themselves up in the 5th place and jump 2 spots in the Constructors. As we saw last week, we had Forza Juve step into the Haas, and he did a wonderful job finishing 4th. And what I believe is his maiden race in the Midwest F1 League. So I tell you what, this Haas team certainly on an upswing of good results here, as we've got a lot of cars starting to come out for their outlap on pretty much most of the field at this point. We got Super Nina's up in 5th in the Renault, so he's doing pretty well. Renault need a solid result here. They haven't been too consistent as of recently. They need a really good result if they want to stay in the top half of the Constructors' Championship. Only 2 points behind AlphaTauri in 5th. But as we're closing on a minute to go here, we got the Razor Guy and the Ferrari or he will be trying to make one
Yeah.
more attempt.
I was just gonna ask,
lap.
is he gonna make it? Because he came out very, very late out of the pits, and I'm not sure he's gonna be cutting it super close as long as he doesn't get any traffic in his way.
Well, yeah, but I tell you what, I mean, the rest of the top four are already in the pits, and they're certainly not going to make it around. So it's really up to Super Nanas to knock off the Razor guy here. And, well, I'm on board with him currently through Sector 2. He's at about, holy, does that say plus 14 at the top? What's happened there? Surely I'm not reading it right. So we're closing in the last 25 seconds here. I mean, the Razor guy pretty much has this pole locked up. As I say that, JC Blackley's just jumped up into third. So maybe, is he going to get another attempt at a timed lap here?
Sadistic King is off in the grass there on the exit of turn 3. I think he might have had a moment. Razor guy, though, back to him. Where is he right now? He's just rounding up the corner for the last corner, and he goes back into the pits. So he was, I guess he was thinking he's not going to make it, but he's still on pole position, and as you mentioned, everybody else was sitting in the pits. There's only a couple of other people out right now. It looks like Smith...
Oh, and JC's gone wide out of the corner. He's invalidated his lap time, and that's a shame, because I thought he was having a pretty good lap as well. Goodness me, I think this order is pretty much complete here, and I think JC Blackley could have had a possible run at that pole as well with the lap that he was making. So that is very unfortunate for him.
So yeah, I think you're absolutely correct. I think that's going to be it for qualifying there. Razor guy getting pole position after getting a win last week in Bahrain. So he's coming at it very, very strong. He's trying to lift up Ferrari from, I think they were around 7th or 8th last week, and now they're sitting in 4th place. So absolutely incredible job there by Razor guy and Ferrari. C. Freeman in 2nd place, JC in 3rd right now, Niru Nix currently in 4th, Xsui in 5th, Cake Thomas in 6th, so a pretty good performance there from the two Alfa Tauris. Super Ninas in 7th, Sadistic King in 8th, Detail in 9th, Smithpell in 10th, Space Cowboy in 11th, Best Pawns in 12th, Saffron City in 13th, Domingos in 14th, It's Heavy in 15th. Do we have It's Heavy on here? I haven't seen his name in one of the substitutions.
Yes, he retired pretty early in the session.
Oh.
He still had about 10 minutes to go when he retired. Something happened to Smith Pell on that lap because he was dead stopped in the stadium section. I'm not entirely sure, but he was at a complete standstill for someone who was still on a timed lap, so I think that's probably going to be the last of this qualifying session.
Yeah, so very interesting there. It looks like we also have Feeman 06 in 16th place, Tear the Tear in 17th, OG Northerner in 18th, Racing Ginger in 19th, and F1 Jinnit is going to have to start from the back of the grid with his qualifying ban. So that is going to be very, very interesting here. So everybody's pretty much pulled into the pits now. JC Blackley is about to cross the line once again. I'm not sure why we're still having cars circling around here. I mean, everybody's finished their lap a little while ago. There we go. Now we're through with qualifying for round 7 of Division 2 in Midwest F1. So your impressions so far, Hotspot, what do you think we're in for?
So this is what I'm going to be looking at here. Despite Jinnit to win it currently sitting 20th on the grid and having to start at the back of the field, he might actually be in a really good spot here, because if we do have some sort of catastrophic wreck going into turn 1, the 90-degree right-hander, he could be in a very good spot to pick up at least 5 positions. So I'm still going to be looking at Jinnit. I think he, despite being at the back, I think he has a solid, I think he's got a solid shot at least the top 5 here, possibly podium as well. But, you got Niru qualifying up there. C. Freeman, 2nd place. Probably, I think, the best qualifying results for Mercedes this season. So, really, really good for him. And his teammate Detail finished in 9th. So, tell you what, this has been an interesting session to say the least. And this race is going to be unpredictable, I think. I don't think we're going to have some sort of very early on, whole race type thing. I think this is going to be one heck of a battle for the win.
All right, well, let's get ready. The weather looks pretty clear here in Mexico, nice and sunny and hot, and we are getting ready for our drivers to start their formation lap in just a few moments. We'll take this chance to thank everybody who's already joined the stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, leave us some comments, send in your thoughts about the race or who you think we're going to see there on the top steps tonight. That will be very exciting. We always like reading your comments, so send those in. Subscribe to the channel while you're here as well, so you can stay up to date on all of the leagues that I commentate on, as well as Midwest F1 Division 2. I've now this is my, I think, second week in a row that I'm doing this for Division 2, and the racing is just absolutely incredible. So yeah, I'm super excited to get this one going. Yeah, Hotspot, any other things that we should be looking out for in Mexico in particular? Does it have anything, that's different from any other track possibly?
Well, I tell you what, for one thing, I don't think there's going to be any threat of rain whatsoever. I think anybody that's hoping for some sort of rain-affected outcome is going to be severely let down. I mean, I just don't think that's going to happen personally. I mean, you never know, it might, but because I know a lot of times when you're in the situation where you're about midway through the race, that stop where you have to put on the wets is going to be, is game-changing a lot. Like, you could go from 15th up into 5th, but that's not going to happen here, I don't think. Mexico is going to be this is going to be a tough race. I think we're going to see. I really hope that we don't see a lot of penalties, but part of me thinks that's going to happen. So as we start our formation lap here, I mean, I tell you what, I think this is going to be. We've had a very solid string of good races here, starting in Austria, then working up now to Mexico. I think we're in for a treat, honestly. Hopefully, if it's anything like the past couple weeks, we should be in for one good show.
All right, let's take a look at the starting strategies for our drivers. So the top 10 locked on to that soft tire that they all qualified on, but we've got a nice little mix of strategies from 11th down. Space Cowboy, the best pawns, and Saffron City in 11th, 12th, and 13th are going to be starting on the medium tire. We've got Domingos and It's Heavy on the soft tire, Feeman on the medium, Tear the Tear and OG Northerner, the two Alfa Romeos on the soft tires together there, so they're matching up their strategies. That might be a little bit tough when the pit stops come around. And then Racing Ginger on the medium and F1 Janet right at the back of the grid there with his qualifying ban. But as you've heard from Hotspot, never count him out. This guy has proved it time and time again that he really knows how to race. He's got the pace around any track and in a lot of different cars as well. I've seen him race in many different leagues, and he's a very good driver. So we'll see what he can do starting from last year tonight. 2 stop strategies are predicted by Amazon, so we will see if they're going to be correct. One person I want to keep my eye on is JC Blackley, because that guy last week, he just absolutely came out of nowhere and capitalized on a lot of different incidents and things happening around him. Managed to recover to 2nd place. It was absolutely incredible to watch. Other people's I'm going to be watching for obviously is Smith Pell, Razor Guy, and Freeman. It's going to be exciting, that's to say the least. So let's get ready here as we're lining up on the grid. We're going to get for the going for the race in just a second here.
And I tell you what, and JC Blackley is still crippled, pretty much only one arm. So I tell you what, for him to be managing these good, consistent results, that is quite the accomplishment.
Alright, all the cars are lined up. Hopefully we don't have any holdups here, and we'll get going in just a second. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna jump on board here with Nero in 4th place so we can get a good view of the front. The lights go out. Go on. 5 lights on. And the lights go out, and we've got a really nice start from Nero and from C. Freeman. He's almost side by side with Razor, but then all of a sudden, the second part of his launch is not so good, and Nero moves up into 2nd place. He's almost getting a good run on the Razor Guy. The Razor Guy is defending to the inside of the corner. Into turn 1 we go. Oh, C. Freeman gets spun around. And he's all the way down the field now. Super Nin is up into 4th place. JC Blackley in 3rd. Nero in 2nd. Cake Thomas in 5th. Let's see if there's more battling. Yeah, there's more battling with Xsui and Detail and a lot of people here. OG Northerner jumping as well. Oh, Detail and OG Northerner have crashed. And also Saffron City has now gotten tied up in that as well. Oh my goodness, what a messy first lap. A lot of change of positions all over the place. I'm going to go back to the front here because Super Nin has is on a massive run right now on GC Blackley. A lot of people have damage on this first lap as well, so expect people to be jumping into the pits. Look at Cake Thomas as well now catching up on this train of cars. Super Ninja's going down the inside into the stadium section on GC Blackley. Not going to work on this one. Wow, what a first lap.
Goodness me, that was very intense. I feel bad for Freeman as well, because there was really nothing he could do. He had JC on one side, and he had Nehru on the other side, and I think JC just maybe took that corner a little too early and kind of cut down on Freeman's left side, and half the heat. Not the start that Mercedes would have wanted, but right now, Razor Guys jumped out to almost a second lead already, and so we got both Red Bulls within the top 3 right now, so that's pretty solid for them. Chinnit's already up to 5th, and look at this, he's making the move for 4th. I wasn't wrong when I said he could move up through the field, and he's up to 4th after starting 20th on the grid, but he's under pressure now from, I think that was one of the Alfa Romeos, I'm not too sure, he almost wrecked in the process. Goodness me, this is one heck of a start already. We've got a lot of cars in the pit. Saffron City and the Williams, OG Northern, and C. Freeman, not to mention,
yeah, that graphic was just all messed up. Yeah, so Jinnit is actually in 10th, but still, he made it up to 10th place in 1 lap. That is absolutely unbelievable. And at the front, though, there's a little bit of battling going on, though. Razor Guy is still out in the front, and he's got a nice little gap back to Nero in 2nd, with JC Blackley in 3rd, Cake Thomas in 4th place. I know it's saying lap 3, but we're only on lap 2. This graphic will fix itself in just a moment here, but look at this first lap that we've just had. The first couple of laps have been absolutely side by side into everywhere, and everyone is just absolutely going for it right now. Look at this, Cake Thomas now using his overtake button. He doesn't have DRS just yet. We've just started lap 3, but JC Blackley is now under attack from Cake Thomas for 3rd place. Cake Thomas is going to go to the outside into turn 1. They're side by side coming into the corner. Cake Thomas out braking him very nicely there, jumping to the inside into the next corner. Now he's going to have the outside penalty again.
Cake Thomas just received a penalty for going over the curb, and I think that was turn 2. Goodness me, that's not what he wanted.
Yeah, absolutely not very early in this race to get a penalty, and Cake Thomas now also under attack from Super Ninjas in 5th place. Very much doing a great job here at the start, rising up through the positions, and also really putting on some good pressure. But it is absolutely crazy. Look at this train of cars here from from JC Blackley, Cake Thomas, Super Ninjas, It's Heavy, and Xsui are all within the DRS zone of each other, and they will have DRS here in just a second as we come out of the S's into the run into turn 12. There's a little bit of pressure here building up between Cake Thomas and JC Blackley. They are just all over each other here, and Super Ninja is trying to come into this as well. Wow, there's just so much going on that I'm trying to just keep up with it now. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1. Not sure what happened there, but Super Ninjas is having a lot of trouble too.
OG Northern has gone off in the double right-hander there, just about, I think, coming out of... He's actually in the middle of it right now. And is he going to retire? He's stopped on the track.
There goes Cake Thomas on JC Blackley into turn 1 around the outside. Is this going to be the moment? Is he going to make it work this time around? JC Blackley still has the inside into turn 4. And JC Blackley, though, not managing to fight back. OG Northerner has just retired.
That was weird. I mean, I saw him go off in the double right-hander of 5 and 6, but I have no idea what's happening there. Anyway, so we had a pretty good battle amongst the midfield here. We got JC trying to put the work on Cake Thomas. Super has just picked up 5 seconds. For what? I didn't catch what it said, but he's picked up 5 seconds for something. That's certainly not what he wanted, because he's in a really good spot right now. I think Super Ninjas just has a little bit more straight line speed than JC is. We're going to see right here, he's going to try the right-hand side, and then going into the stadium section. Oh, and JC's done a good job defensive driving there. JC, arguably one of the better defensive drivers in this division, so I'll tell you what, he's done a good job to hold off that spot. Cake Thomas already starting to put quite a gap between him and JC Blackley in 4th, and he's also got the penalty as well. So I tell you what, that's going to be something to watch. Domingos has apparently left the club. Okay, so
yeah, he retired in the pits just a few moments ago. Super Ninjas on JC Blackley trying to make a move down the inside of turn 1, not quite making it work there. Oh, and almost losing the car on the exit. Had to go wide out of the corner as well, and that is giving Eds Heavy a position, and also Xsui 2 positions there, lost by Super Ninjas in just 1 lap, or 1 corner really. Detail has just retired.
Detail? He's off. He's off at the exit of 3. I'm not rightly sure what's happened there.
We've got a safety car.
The inside barrier. Oh, I'm on board with Space Cowboy at the moment, and he's just completely gone around and hit the inside barrier. I'm assuming he's lost a wheel or something, because we now have a safety car. Which one is going by him right now? Is it Saffron City? We're going to go on to Saffron City. Yep, and he disappeared. But I'm assuming something happened.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it was a major incident, but that brings out the safety car. And I'll tell you what, where are the leaders? Razor Guy's just coming around here. They've only done 4 laps on the softs, but yeah, he's diving. Yeah, he's diving in there. I knew it. And Niru, is he gonna follow? He does. Absolutely does. Cake Thomas, all gonna follow.
Everybody. But Sweet hasn't. Sweet's the only person in the top 6 right now that hasn't been, so Sweet's gonna be.
And Super Ninjas as well.
Soft compound. Ooh, this is actually pretty interesting here. I would have figured that.
And look at Jinnit. Oh my God. Now he's in 3rd place on a medium tire.
And he started on the medium as well. He might have an extra good strategy here. But Sweet has taken the lead, and he's got Super Ninjas behind him. Details just left the session. Now that's unfortunate. I think the Mercedes had a really good opportunity to have a special day today as well, along with the McLaren team, and unfortunately it's just not worked out that way. So yeah, very unfortunate for them. But currently, I think right now we have the possibility of Red Bull could possibly overtake Williams in the Constructors. I'm not sure. They're not that far behind, only 6 points behind. And as it stands right now, both Feeman and JC Blackley are within the top 10. So I tell you what, that would be one heck of a day for Red Bull if they can jump into that 2nd spot.
Wow, well, if you guys missed the first 6 laps of this race, oh my goodness, that was absolutely unbelievable. There was a lot happening all over the place. There was a lot of incidents, a lot of exciting battles. Everybody was keeping very close to each other, and this track, you know, it's very technical, as we've mentioned right at the start. Right now we're under safety car in lap 6, and I'm not gonna be surprised if we're gonna see another 1 or 2 safety cars later on, because it's very easy to lose it here. There's no real overtaking opportunities other than, you know, after the DRS zone into turn 1. But people, you know, especially in league racing, I always keep on saying this, somebody on tracks like this always tries to create an overtaking opportunity where it doesn't really exist, and that might create incidents. But right now it looked like Detail brought out the safety car just due to a spin out, maybe losing it out of that corner, or maybe he came together with somebody. We don't really know, but we will find out later. We're on the safety car on lap 7 of 36. We still got a huge long way to go here. This particular circuit isn't really that long. I would say it's around average. It's around 4.3 kilometers for 1 lap, 2.6 miles, 17 turns, and yeah, 36 laps is going to be a nice long distance to do here tonight. But right now, everybody's just trying to keep some temperature under the safety car, trying to keep away from each other so that they don't cause any incidents and don't lose any wing pieces. But we're gonna get restarted hopefully either after this lap or maybe on the next lap. We'll have to wait and see. But everybody who's watching, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and leave a like, subscribe to the channel, send in some comments. I know a lot of you guys have thoughts about this race if you're watching, so send in your comments, let us know who you think is going to end up there, or just any thoughts on the race. So far, Hotspot, what do you think so far? What else can we expect?
So this has been one heck of a race already. I mean, very exciting. Lead changes, safety cars, incidents, you name it. I'm going to be watching Super Ninjas right here on the start. I mean, he's on the soft tires, and right now I think he's actually has one of the more faster cars in the field right now, as I've seen multiple times. He's just got so much straight line speed. I think if he gets a good enough start, he could probably have the overtake on Sweet here. But I just want to point out that nobody in the top 4 is pit. Razor Guy is the only guy in the top 5 that's pit. Feeman is the last guy in the field to not pit, so there's only 2, 4, 5 cars that haven't taken a stop yet, and that's positions 1 through 4 and then 6. So this is going to be super interesting here. I mean, this guy pushes tires, as I said, so, and he's in a medium, so I'm not entirely sure how this is going to play out. No, Jinnett's on the mediums in 3rd currently, so I mean, this is going to be one interesting start here. I actually don't really know what to expect.
Yeah, I think it's completely open and very unpredictable right now, but I guess the safety car gives us a chance to sort of settle down after that absolutely crazy first 6 laps that we've had, but it's also going to reset the field. Xsui is now in the lead, which is absolutely incredible. Jinnett in 3rd position after starting last. He has made up 17 positions, regardless of the safety car coming out. That is just absolutely incredible. But obviously the safety car did help out with everybody pitting. He would have made up those positions anyways with everybody pitting a few laps later. So just an incredible job rising through those positions. He was up by 10 positions on lap 1. So that just shows you the incredible pace that this guy has. Other than that, though, Razor Guy, after making that stop, technically still on provisional lead right now in 5th position, except for maybe Ginnett, who might, you know, throw in that challenge for him here tonight. And other than that, JC Blackley down to 9th place after all of the pit stops have been done. Cake Thomas down to 8th, Nero down to 7th, Feeman down to 6th. Smith Bell down in 14th place, so he's got quite a bit to do there. And C. Freeman, after that very, very early incident that he had there, he's
oh, what's this? We got an incident behind the safety car. J.C. Blackley's ended up in the wall, and Cake Thomas for the right-hand side of the track. I do not know what's happened there, but I've just witnessed somebody smack the wall right here going into the stadium section.
And it looks like we're continuing on for another lap.
Side of the field.
No, we're gonna get going here.
The safety car said we're coming in this lap. Should be going this time by.
And there goes Xsui, and Super Ninjas gets a really good restart, but F1 Ginnett gets an even better restart. He's not using his overtake though, unlike Super Ninjas, who's really pushing for it right now into turn 1. Is he gonna make a move on Xsui? No, he's gonna hang back for now. F1 Ginnett is gonna hang back as well, but he's got Tear the Terror right behind him there, and Razor Guy as well, all pushing very, very hard. It looks like Feeman is now under attack from Nero, Nero actually slides in front of him up into 6th place, and there goes Cake Thomas up into 7th as well. Wow, a little bit of a hectic restart here in terms of position changes. Some people are making moves already very early on here. Feeman is looking to make a move on Cake Thomas, but instead it's Heavy is making a move on him, and up into 8th place. He's trying to keep the inside into the next corner, into the start of the S's, and they make a tiny bit of a touch there. And there he goes, F1 Ginnett.
Oh, Super Ninjas has gone off. Super Ninjas has completely spun. Oh, God!
Oh my goodness, massive incident.
Both Renos are off. Both Renos are off. The best pawns got, or Super Ninjas got collected by his teammate. He just witnessed Heavy S run into the side of a Renault in the middle of the track. Oh, God.
And safety car number 2.
Safety car again. Who's off? Feeman's DNF'd. Oh, goodness me. That is not what the Red Bull team needed.
Xsui is coming into the pits, but that was a massive, massive incident. Unbelievable. It looked like Super Ninjas, Feeman, and a couple of other people were involved in all of that as well. A couple of people just really got collected by that whole incident, by the cars that were spun out on track. It was very, very hectic, very dangerous there as well, and it ended up in another safety car just on the same lap after the restart of the original safety car. So basically the safety car went into the pit lane, drove through it, and then came out at the other end again.
Wow, so I just want to point this out though real quick. While we're safety car, well, maybe a couple people will have some tire strategies. I noticed Space Cowboy, Best Pawns, and Heavy S, also Sadistic King, all fitted the hards. So I'm not entirely sure how that's going to play out for him, considering that, especially for Sadistic King, he's probably on 6-lap more hard tires. That might be a good strategy. I'm not completely sure how that's going to play out, but goodness me, what a start we've had is Jinnett has taken the lead. I'm not entirely sure if there was contact to be made there with, I believe it was Super Ninas in first at the time. It was Best Bonds. I can't quite remember at this point. So much has happened. But so we got Jinnit and Tear the Tear still on 9-lap-old tires. Jinnit's on the medium, so he should last a little bit longer. Tear realistically needs to in these next 4 laps. So I'm thinking he might pit on this lap. Hopefully.
Let's
I mean, if he doesn't,
check
he's
it
going
out
to get a
here.
severe disadvantage, and he's not.
No, it looks like he's continuing on. So it's going to be very interesting. And it says, yeah, the pit window is open right now for lap 11 to 14 for those who originally started on the soft tires. Now, he might be possibly pulling it until the second lap under the safety car as well. I've seen some drivers trying to do that in other leagues. So it is a strategy, and it has worked out for some people before, just having a lap younger tires towards the end of the race.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what it is. I mean, Jinnit has started on these medium tires, and he's got this strategy down to a science as he normally does. So I think Terror's best bet is to maybe just pit with Jinnit here and follow his kind of strategies. Those two are going to go right next to each other if they choose to pit at the same time. So I don't know. If I was Terror, I think I might piggyback on strategy, even if they are on different compounds, because assuming they're probably going to need to still make another stop with both of them after this next. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be really interesting. And the bottom places, 11th through 16th, all in fresh tires. So that could also play. I'm not sure. I think we're going to have another big mix-up within this field after the safety car. As Heavy S has apparently just received the 5-second penalty under the safety car.
Yeah, and Super Ninas has a drive-through. It's Heavy has 5 seconds, Best Bonds has 5 seconds as well, and K Thomas has 3 seconds to his name. It's very crazy so far. I mean, we're only on lap 11 of 36, 25 more laps to go. We've had 2 safety cars already. We already have 4 DNFs. We started with a full grid here tonight. I mean, last week around, correct me if I'm not wrong, but I think we had 19 or 18 finishers. And that was a very, very hard race. Bahrain is not easy at all, but here tonight is just showing you how difficult this track is. We don't have any rain, we don't have any massive conditions that are, you know, throwing in any challenges, but it's just a huge challenge by itself to drive the modern F1 cars around this track, trying to keep position, trying to overtake, trying to fight for stuff. It is absolutely crazy, and it's proving it already. Wow, 1/3 through the race, 2 safety cars. What else can happen here? I can't predict.
I often say at the end of the race that I'm out of breath. We're only 12 laps in, I'm out of breath already. This has been one heck of an interesting race. And there's still a lot more to come, certainly. I mean, we've got at least another pit stop or 2 to be made. This is... You look at that... So you look at the top 5 right now. I don't think it's going to look anywhere close to the same at the end of the race. It's just... I think it's just going to be that mixed up, honestly, as Jinnit and Terra still haven't pit yet. As far as I can tell, I had it. Yep, okay, so Jinnit and Terra are the only people in the field to not pit yet. And I don't think those tires could really last too much longer. So they're probably going to need to come in maybe the lap after the safety car comes in. So currently I'm looking at Space Cowboy currently sitting 6th in the Haas on the hard set of tires. He'll probably need to come in at least one more time, but not until the later stages of the race. I'm thinking about lap safety car's going to be in this lap. I'm thinking not until maybe lap 24, possibly. That's my guess. He's going to come in around that part, and probably might have to come on a new set of tires. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting start here as we're about ready to get going again.
Alright, let's get ready for the second restart in this race. I'm gonna jump on board here with Niru Nick so we can see the front 3 as they get restarted. Jinnit looks like he got... Oh my god, he spins around!
He's lost it completely!
He lost it completely, he spun around. I was gonna say he gets a good restart, but then all of a sudden...
the worst part of the track and gets started.
And Razor Guy is jumping Tear the Tear up for the lead right now, and here comes Niru trying to make a move on the both of them. Tear the Tear, though, defends that position. What is going on here tonight? This is absolutely unbelievable. Jinnit recovering. from starting from last to the lead of the race for the second restart. They're just absolutely losing the car on the restart on the cold tires. Niru, yep, going for the move, but they're still defending there. They make a little bit of a touch as well. It's super close between everybody right now on the second restart. It's unbelievable. This race is just delivering some incredible racing right now. I don't even know what to say anymore.
This is completely crazy. It's just utterly ridiculous. You couldn't have scripted this. You couldn't have. I don't think anybody could have guessed that's what's transpired has happened. His best Pons has picked up another 3-second time penalty. But the Razor guy currently leading Niru by about a second and a half already. Both on the same medium compound as well as being 6 laps old as Terror. We're going to find out, is he going to come in this lap? 12 lap old soft, certainly he's going to have to come in very shortly. I hope he's going to stay out again. How long is this man going to go on these tires? I'm very intrigued. As JC might get the overtake this time. Why? I don't know if have D-Rose this time.
But look at this massive train of cars all the way from tear to tear. It looks like all the way down to C. Freeman in 10th place. It's just ridiculous. 8 cars, 7 cars in the train together around this track, and they are fighting so hard. Here comes JC again around tear to tear on the exit of turn 3. He's up into the podium positions for now. Space Cowboy almost smashing into the back of tear to tear. Had to jump out of the way there at the last second. Saffron City now overtaking Cake Thomas and Sophisticated. And Cake Thomas is now fighting back. They're still side by side. This is absolutely amazing. I don't even know what to watch anymore.
Can't believe JC's just picked up a penalty as soon as he's taken the 3rd spot, as Saffron City makes the overtake around Cake Thomas. I mean, this is an unbelievably crazy race with someone that's going off over second 2. I believe that's Best Pons, possibly? Yeah, Best Pons was a little bit slow, and oh yeah, he's completely lost his front wing. Something dramatic.
We've got a virtual safety car.
Are you serious?
Yes, virtual safety car on lap 14. So 2 laps after the restart from safety car number 2, we are on a virtual safety car. And looks like tear to tear. Yeah, finally into the pits. And do you think he's going to go on the hard tires and go until the end here?
He might. I mean, that's a very genuine strategy considering everybody else needs to make at least one more stop. Probably. I know Jinnick's made a stop. He should be good. For a little bit, though. He is on the soft, so I think maybe he can stick that to the end. But yeah, Terra's coming in now. So Terra's put on an extra set of softs. Interesting. Did not expect that. As he's going to be coming out in 13th on the new soft program. Best Pons is in the pits replacing his front wing. He's fitting the mediums. So, as I predicted, a lot of different strategies being used.
Yeah, it's all over the place right now, honestly. It's been a while since I've seen a crazy race like this. It is just incredible to watch from a perspective of, you know, a viewer, and also from a perspective of a commentator. There's just, our work is cut out for us. There's everything happening all over the place. Now Cake Thomas is battling with JC. That came very close to a massive incident there, but Cake Thomas managed to jump ahead into 4th place as they were side by side there. And the Razor guy in front by 2 seconds on Nero Nix. JC is back by 5 seconds in 3rd place, so he's gonna have a lot of work to do here. They're pretty much matched up on strategies, but JC has a penalty, Cake Thomas has penalties, Saffron has penalties, Space Cowboy has penalties. This might come down to penalties at the end of this race as well. There might be some more position changes after we cross the line. So this race just cannot get any crazier than this.
I mean, honestly, I'm at a loss for words currently. I mean, it's been so heavily contested still. I mean, the gap between 1st and 2nd isn't really that far apart. I mean, it's almost 2 seconds, but still, it's very manageable considering they're both on the same compound and age of the tires. So currently, Cake Thomas on the newest tires within the top 7 here. He's currently 5-lap-old mediums. As Space Cowboys picked up another tire. Did I say another? Yep, that is a 7. I'm still watching Sadistic King in the Williams right now. It's on 12-lap-old hard tires. Currently, only one of the oldest sets in the field. Currently, only a lap newer than Racing Ginger's mediums. Racing Ginger currently sitting back at 11th on 13 level medium tires. But Sadistic King has been making this strategy and this compound work. If we look at where he started, yeah, well, I mean, he's made a position. He was doing a lot better earlier. I'm sure something has happened there. Because I thought I remembered him a little bit further up the field, but I tell you what, I think who's had the best day so far, Saffron City, he's up 10. He's up 8 spots since his initial start, so that's really good for him. Racing Ginger up 8 spots. Jinnit to win it was having the best day, and then the start of the safety car happened, and well, that's pretty much speaks for itself.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of different strategies here. I'm sure we might even have another safety car at some point. I don't even know if I would call them strategies at this point. I would just call them who's jumping at the opportunity under the safety car and who's not.
And Cake Thomas moved himself up into 3rd place, back onto the podium. He still has a penalty to his name as well, so it's all going to be decided on penalties between himself and JC Blackley. They both have the 3 seconds to their names so far, so we'll have to wait and see. But we're only at lap 17 of 36. We've still got 19 more laps to go, so we're not even halfway. And we've already had 2 safety cars, a VSC, 4 DNFs, and so much action that it's just undescribable right now. But thanks everybody who's still watching the stream, and I hope you guys are enjoying this one. I hope you guys are enjoying the racing in this Division 2 of Midwest F1. In round 7, these guys are putting on the show every single week, and I think it's like more and more unpredictable week in, week out. So I have no idea what's going to happen here. I have no idea who's going to win. Razor Guy is still in the lead right now by 3.6 seconds. Cake Thomas down by about 4 seconds on Niru Nix. So gaps are big at the front, but as we've seen here today with Jinnit especially, you know, anything can happen at any moment. You could just lose the car in a single snap of a single, you know, fraction of a second, and everything can go wrong. So let's wait and see here on lap 18, now just halfway through this race, and a lot more to come, I'm sure of it.
Goodness me, having SS just received a time penalty for multiple warnings. That puts him up to 8 seconds. So I think this field battle between, well, not midfield, but 3rd through 5th right now could possibly be decided on penalties. As well as Sadistic King currently racing time penalty. Goodness me, penalties left and right. So Sadistic King is actually sitting in a very, very good spot right now. He's currently sitting 6th, but the 3 cars ahead of him all have penalties, including that of his teammate Saffron City. I mean, Niru up in 2nd currently. He's had himself a wonderful day. This would be the best result of the season for us if he manages to bring this home in 2nd. So I tell you what, he would be very happy with that currently as Razor Guy. Well, he's had a relatively tame day compared to everyone else. I'm sure. I would say a majority of the field at this point has at least come within, you know, half a second of having a race-ending crash at this point. So this is beyond me. I'm not even sure what to say anymore, to be honest. It's completely and utterly ridiculous. What a good race it's been, and I'm very excited to see what these last 17, 18 laps are going to have in store for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And finally, some comments coming in. Thank you guys so much for that. Oh, we've got a yellow flag in Sector 3. Yeah, that is the best Pawns, and looks like he's going into the pits as well. But yeah, I was going to say, finally some comments came in. Broom is complimenting us on the commentary tonight. Thank you so much, Broom, for watching, and thank you for your compliments. And Don Kaza is saying, great race to watch. Wish I was in the battle. Well, guess what? I mean, if you would like, we can leave some information about the league, and I'm sure you know, they would have another driver. From what I've seen so far with my experience in Midwest F1, there's always a bunch of reserve drivers. There's always somebody ready to take somebody's spot if they're unable to attend, or if they move to another division like we've had so many times the last couple of weeks. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a few more spots. Other than that, I also commentate for another league called TCR, Trinity Competitive Racing, so you can always check out the description and their website in my description of my channel, and join us for season 11. We're about to get started in March, so yeah, I'm sure there's many leagues that will have you, Don, join up to any one of us. We'll be happy to have you.
Absolutely, and I think the best thing about this league is we are normally getting we get Saffron City in the says something has happened to him. Not really sure. He's going off over in sector 2, but as I was about to say, yeah, I mean, that's one of the best things about this league is we are almost guaranteed to have a full grid. There's just so many reserve drivers. You know, a lot of them getting opportunities to race week in and week out, but there's something for everyone here. As you know, we got the Friday series that we normally have every Friday, which is basically, I don't know why the series activated my phone. Interesting. Anyways, yeah, we got the Friday series going on, which is basically, you know, 2 25% races, no random grids completely, and that's a fun time, and I usually compete in that, and that's first come first serve. So if you join the Discord and get in there and you know, get to the check-ins for that, I'm sure we can find you a spot. But as we're going along right now, I think It's Heavy has just gotten overtaken with Freeman. Freeman's starting to drop back a little bit, though he has the DRS as they go into 1, 2, and 3. This is going to be a close one here. And I'm just looking at the tire strategy. Sadistic Kinks on 17-lap-old hards. Razor Guy on 14-lap-old mediums. Cake Thomas 10-lap-old mediums. JC on 14-lap-old mediums, as well as Saffron City. Space Cowboy on 14-lap-old hards. This is... the strategy is... I think the original strategy is completely out the window. So I actually have no idea what to expect or when people are going to be pitting. So, yeah. I think there's still a big grid shakeup to be coming very shortly.
And while we were talking there as well, Niru Nix made his second pit stop. He put on a set of mediums to go until the end of the race. So that would mean he only needs to go 15 laps on a set of mediums, which is what Razor Guy has done right now so far in this race on his set of mediums. So I think he should be okay. F1 Jinnit, back into the points. He is into 10th place. Just overtook Xsui there for 10th place on a 6-lap-old soft tire. So I would be guessing he might have to stop again. He definitely can't go 20 laps on a set of softs, so he's definitely going to have to pit again. Looks like C. Freeman is trying to make a move on It's Heavy into turn 1. He was very close with the DRS, and he had the overtake enabled as well, but just wasn't close enough. He's going to have another try here with another DRS zone at the exit of turn 3.
I think he might get it this time. He's got the pace going into the corner. He's going to try the inside. He tried a little switcheroo maneuver there, and he got the better of him. Oh, and they touch, and someone's gone around. Heavy S has lost part of his front wing there. Oh, goodness me, that was almost catastrophic as well. Because I saw Freeman late braking going into the corner, and I thought he had it cleared. I may have been just a bit shy of being totally quick. And he's
just retired on track. He's just retired flat out on the track.
He's only missing half the front wing. That's surely got to be some sort of glitch. There's no way he would just legitimately retire like that.
No, he retired. He hasn't left the session. He just retired right on the track there, and he's not even missing half of his front wing. He's just missing the one left front end plate. So it really wasn't a massive damage there, and but yeah, he's decided to get out of it now. JC Blackley and who else is in the pits there? Razor Guy
so we got Razor
just came out.
He's actually just coming out of the pits. He's put on the medium tires. So that currently leaves Sadistic King yet to pit in the top 3. Cake Thomas and Saffron City. I mean, this is going to come down to penalties, really. I mean, Razor Guy's on a really, really good... He's sitting pretty right now. He's got no penalties. Sadistic King ahead of him, surely going to need the pit again. You know, if you were Cake Thomas and Saffron, you would just be hoping that you'd be able to put some sort of gap in between Razor Guy, because right now he's got this... I'd say he might actually have this locked up, considering a lot of these guys need to pit again, other than Niebuhr. Niebuhr, however, is on 8 seconds worth of penalty. Space Cowboy, his teammate ahead of him, is on 9 seconds. Swee's on 8 seconds. JC's on 3 seconds. Super Diaz on 9 seconds. Freeman up there in fifth on 11 seconds. So, Swee's gone a little bit wide there. I think him and JC may have made contact. Swee is suddenly dropping off. What has happened there? Is he taking damage? I'm not entirely sure, but he went really wide. Coming out of the double right-hander. Not entirely sure what's happened there, but he's down to 11th now. Yeah, he's missing the end plate on the left-hand side. I think JC may have made contact.
Yeah, and look at the Williams here tonight. Right now, running in second and third. Probably gonna have to make pit stops for both of them. I'm guessing Sadistic King might have to go to a soft tire, or might try to go to a soft tire. Saffron City, not sure what he started on. Did he start on the soft tires? So would he have to go to another set of softs towards the end? I'm not sure what other sets they would have left. But this is going to come down right to the wire, honestly. I mean, penalties are going to play a role. You know, tire strategies are going to play a role. I think just the overall concentration that's required to complete 36 laps on this track are definitely going to play a role as well. We don't know if we're going to have any more safety cars or any more incidents. We've just had another DNF of its Heavy S who decided to just retire on the track after having a little bit of an incident there. F1 Jinnit just recovered to 7th place, just overtaking Space Cowboy Day right coming into the S's, but he will have to make another pit stop. He's already on a 9-lap old soft tire. Niru Nix is putting on some pressure on C. Freeman. I gotta really give it to C. Freeman. He's had a couple of incidents in this race so far. He's been able to recover the positions every single time. And Saffron City is just jumped into the pit, so C. Freeman is going to actually go up into 4th place right now. Nirunix up into 5th. Saffron City is going to put on another medium set. So I guess he started on the softs then probably, because he wouldn't be able to do medium and medium all right back to back. So yeah, we'll see where he ends up at the end of this race. It looks like C. Freeman is putting on some more pressure now on Niru in the 2nd DRS zone on this track after turn 3, but Niru has really amazing straight line speed, and he had the DRS enabled as well. So he's managing to stay ahead in 4th place right now. Cake Thomas takes over the lead after Razor Guy decided to pit on the last lap there, or on the previous lap, sorry. So Cake Thomas in the lead right now. Sadistic King in 2nd on a very, very old set of hard tires. And then Razor Guy, look at him, he's closing up on Sadistic King. He's going to go down the inside into turn 12. Not quite working out for him there, but this is one battle we should really be paying attention to right now. And this is going to be for technical. Yeah, I was just gonna say this is for the lead.
Gap. This is an interesting thing here, because he's got 12 seconds of gap back to Sadistic King. Sadistic King has not pit this time. Interesting. And Cake Thomas has fitted the softs here, so assuming he gets out in a good position here, he could once again be battling for the lead. Though it does drop back to 4th after Niru in the Haas has overtaken him. Something happened to Jinnit. No, Jinnit's in the pits as well as Space Cowboy. I thought something was happening. He was dropping spots rapidly. So we got 4 cars in the pits right now. Jinnit, Spaceman, C. Freeman, and Sui currently all in the pits. I'm still interested to see what Sadistic King's going to do. He's on 22 lap old hards, and that gap back to Niru is not exactly expanding any, so this is a very interesting strategy. We'll have to wait and see how that pays off for us. We're going to come in 10 laps to go this time by.
And just to mention, the Razor Guy is back up into the lead now. He's just overtaken Sadistic King, and we're watching Saffron City battling it out with Super Ninjas, and he manages to make it up another position there, up into 6th place right now. Razor Guy is also setting purple sectors all over the place, so let's see if this is going to be a purple lap. Is this going to be the fastest lap of this race from Razor Guy out in the lead with 10 laps to go? Not quite on that one, but he did have to overtake on that lap, so it might be on the next one. And of course, he's on a medium tire where he started on the softs. There goes Sadistic King into the pits right now. He's gonna put on a soft tire until the end of this race. He's got a 10-second gap to JC. JC goes up into 4th place. Sadistic King looks like he's going to come out in about 5th, so he'll be able to possibly make up some more positions there. Super Ninjas, or no, F1 Jinnit also pitted.
But this is, I might have to eat my words on not having a rain race, as the sky is getting very dark over the circuit, and we still have a decent amount of laps left. We might actually have a third of rain. So that would make every prediction out the window at this point. I mean, we don't have the opportunity to hear what Jeff's talking to us about the weather, but this entire track is now overcast all over, so I'm assuming we might have rain here within the next 10 minutes. Cake Thomas up to 3rd. He might be putting the work on Niru this time by as they head into the stadium section. I'm on board with him currently. Is he going to try the outside? No, he's going to keep it conservative at the moment. Out of 15. Around 16. This is going to be tough here. Nero's looking a little bit slow. He's on 5 left. Older medium tires, and he's going to have the DRS this time by Kate Thomas's. And yeah, he's going to skate past Nero with ease. Possibly. I might have to eat my words there in a second. They're still side by side. And there goes Kate Thomas getting the overtake.
And up into second place, Cake Thomas doing a very impressive job here tonight. Only got 8 more laps to go in this race, but I have to agree with you in terms of the weather. It is looking very, very dark. Oh, we've got a yellow flag, best pawns again. Yeah. And actually, I was going to mention, but that section of turns 4, 5, and 6, that's called the Horquilla, and that means the fork. So I definitely understand where they see that. That little shape definitely reminds me of a fork. But yeah, it's a tough race tonight for the best pawns. He did very well in the last race in Bahrain. He finished 5th, quite a bit of points to his name, and then tonight just not having a good race.
I tell you what, back on the topic of the 4, 5, and 6, that has caused a lot of problems today, and that was not what I was expecting. I was expecting turns 1, 2, and 3 to be the big problem areas. No, I was actually wrong on that as well. 4, 5, and 6, we've seen multiple incidents in that specifically. A couple people sliding off the track. We had a retirement, I think it was Detail, who ended up retiring from that, as Jinnit has just taken 7th from Saffron City, so he splits the 2 Williams, and is now about 4.5 seconds behind Sadistic King. As Sadistic King just hit the fastest lap. Kate Thomas still on the newest tires within the top 3 right now. On the softs, he does have 6 seconds worth of penalties to his name. There's Nero in 3rd, who's got 8 seconds worth of penalties. And is almost about 7.5 seconds ahead of JC Blackley, so we'll have to keep an eye on that as well. JC is on 5. Okay, so JC's on the newer tires than Nero, so that's going to be a close one to watch.
Yeah, I think, as I said, it's just going to come down to the wire on the final position standings, because a lot of people have penalties, especially towards the top there. In the top 10, a lot of positions could change at the end. So this the King is really sitting pretty right now, because he's definitely, or at least possibly, could jump up to what would it be? It would be 3rd place. So yeah, it could be a good race for him. We'll have to just wait and see. We've only got 6 more laps to go here. Looking at the stops, we had C. Freeman make 4 stops, as well as the best pawns. He's actually coming into the pits now for his 4th stop. So a lot of people making a lot of stops, as well as, a lot of 3-stopper races. Cake Thomas made a 3-stopper race, but he is up in 2nd place. So absolutely, we couldn't have even predicted any of these strategies. We couldn't have predicted that crazy start of the race. And, this is just what I enjoy about league racing.
JC has just picked up, I believe is that his first penalty? Nope, that's his 2nd. Okay, well, JC's now up to 6 seconds in penalties. And he's facing pressure from Sadistic King now. I just want to point out what a drive it's been from Cake Thomas and Nero. Despite the penalties might be throwing them off the podium, I tell you what a drive it's been for them. Cake Thomas, I believe this is his first race, but a Sadistic King picture around the left-hand side of JC, not going to get it this time by. Maybe in the DRS section, coming out of turn, I believe this is, well, coming out of 11 eventually. But yeah, anyways, what a race it's been for Cake Thomas and Nero, like filling in the seats and just doing an excellent job. I think the penalties are going to start.
Oh, JC Blackley just lost it out of the last S on the left-hander there, and smashed into the wall. He's got a bit of damage. So this is King up into 4th, Ginnett up into 5th, and JC down into 6th place. Oh my goodness, this is not over. I feel like we're still going to have something really crazy happen here in the last 5 laps of this race. Razor Guy 5.2 seconds ahead of Cake Thomas. Nero Nix 6.3 seconds behind, and then a Sadistic King 8 seconds behind. So quite big gaps, but those penalties, they might still chase them down. Sadistic King could still end up on that podium.
But JC is replacing his front wing, so they must have made contact there. I'm looking at Sadistic King right now. He's got to do some real intense defensive driving to keep Jinnit to win it behind. Jinnit's got 3 seconds of time penalty, so if he keeps it up right now, he'll at least jump up into 3rd, possibly 2nd. I'm not sure how that time's going to work out. But yeah, so Sadistic King's got to do some good defensive driving here. He's got Jinnit all over his rear end currently. Saffron City. Am I looking at that right? Yeah, well, he's sitting 6th. He's only got 6 seconds worth of penalties. So, tell you what, this is going to be a good day for the Williams. If we want to move on to Smith Pell in the McLaren, I mean, that's been a tough day for him specifically, and he had a decent qualifying session as well. Let's see, well, he's on 17 lap-hold mediums as well. Well, Smith Pell's actually stayed where he is. Jinnit has come back from the dead yet again. He's up to 4th, overtaking Sadistic King. So, yeah, what a day it's been for Jinnit. Certainly going to be getting driver of the day here. As we're only going to have 4 or 5 laps to go. Goodness me, this has been one heck of a race.
Another 3 seconds for the best Bonds. Again, just not having a very good race here tonight. You can't blame him, you know, sometimes you have your good days, sometimes you have your bad ones. As I mentioned, he finished 5th in Bahrain, got himself a massive heap of points for himself and for his team. But just tonight here, both himself and Super Ninjas just having an unfortunate race. Super Ninjas was doing really great in the first half of this race, or in the first sort of quarter, I would say, more likely. He was pushing for positions, he was recovering positions from the start, he was doing a lot of really good moves, great battles, but then just had a couple of incidents, came together with some cars, got collected, I think, in one of the incidents that was on track, and that just took him out completely. We also, I mean, we got a pretty good look at that massive incident that we had for that second safety car. But I still really want to get, you know, some of the onboard replays after the race from the Discord to try and see what really happened there, because I think there was about 4 or 5 cars at the end of it that were all involved. 2 cars initially that got spun out onto the track, and then a couple of cars got collected by them as well. So it was just crazy. Nobody's within DRS zone right now of each other. Look at that. Everybody is spread out by quite a few seconds. Razor Guy in this Ferrari, I gotta apologize to him because he hasn't really gotten too much screen time here tonight. Not too much airtime on the stream because he's just been out there by himself out in the front. He hasn't been battling with anyone. You know, we caught a glimpse of him overtaking a couple of cars after he made his latest pit stop, but other than that, you know, I always remind myself I gotta jump on board, or at least show the leader once in a while if they're really far ahead, because they're still the leader.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's been, I don't want to say he's been quiet, because he started on pole. It's, you know, unless something ridiculous happens, I think he's probably might have this win locked up. But I tell you what, yeah, it's been a relatively quiet day for him. And that's not shots to him or anything. That's just saying there's so much else that's been happening. I am going to hope to try to get a post-race interview with him. Again, hopefully this one will have his voice share on, as last time we learned that he didn't. But yeah, hopefully we can do that again.
Yeah, absolutely. We will try to get the top 3 into the interviews after the race. Only a couple more laps to go here. Space Cowboy picking up another 3-second penalty. F1 Jinnit is trying to close up on Nero here for possibly, you know, 3rd step there on the podium. In terms of penalties, though, is he going to be able to keep it? Oh, yeah, Nero has 8 seconds of penalties. Cake Thomas has 6 seconds. Sadistic King still within a shot at the podium here tonight. This could be absolutely incredible drive from him. Looking at position changes, Jinnit obviously making up the most positions on the board right now, 16 positions up from starting last year tonight. Cake Thomas made up 4 positions, Nero Nix made up 1, but Sadistic King made up 3 already as he sits right now. But if he makes it up to 3rd, that will be 5 positions gained in tonight's race. Very, very impressive job. I think the most impressive thing about Sadistic King is just keeping it clean, getting no penalties, and the same thing can be said about Razor Guy, Smith Pell, and Tear the Tear, the only 4 drivers out of the 20 that started here tonight that did not earn any penalties and are still driving around this track, as we are already on lap 35.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and hopefully we're gonna get these top 3 in here. I'm just putting out the message in the Discord at the moment, but yeah, man, what a race from Razor Guy currently. What's happened here? So Jennet's just taken 3rd from Nero, and I don't know. I think Sadistic King, that's probably going to eliminate his chances at a podium as well, because he was really hoping that if Nero stayed, in that third spot and kept Jinnit behind him. He might have actually gotten it, but I don't think that's going to be the case now. How far behind? I think Cake's only got about 3.5 seconds on. I'm reading this wrong. No, so Jinnit's got a long way to go back second. But Razor Guy, I mean, look at him go. He's up there. He's had the track to himself all day. This has been one heck of a race as he heads through the stadium section and going to be heading on to his final lap here. I mean, what have your thoughts been so far? I mean, not really much to say about this, and not because it's been boring. It's just like, how do we describe it?
No, I mean, I'm honestly just trying to save up my voice right now because I was yelling and screaming at some of the situations that we've had here tonight. This is actually my second race commentary tonight as well. We're now on the last lap of this incredible race, but honestly, from start to finish, this has just been one of the most exciting, action-packed races in any league race that I've ever seen. It's been also crazy at times with those safety cars and the incidents and a massive incident that happened in the sort of mid-stage of the race. So yeah, there's just been so much that's happened, but I'm really also excited to hear from the driver's perspective because I think we're gonna get a different perspective from them on what happened in this race, and I think that will open up a little bit more insights on how everything turned out here tonight. But yeah, everybody who's been watching the stream, guys, a massive thank you to all of you guys again for watching and sticking it through with us here. Leave us a like, leave us a comment, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff I keep on mentioning. All of these channels, all of us always want to try and expand our audience. We just want more people to watch these races. There's somebody went off in the fork section again, but Razor Guy is about to cross the line to win this race. Absolutely incredible performance from start to finish. I can't even say anything else about him. Cake Thomas in second place. Great performance from him. Good amount of points as well. Jinnit crossing the line in third after having started this race in last. Sadistic King is going to be in fourth after the penalties that Nero Nix has, and who's going to end up in fifth place. Wow. These guys at the front, they've done such an incredible job, but Jinnit from last to the podium. Incredible.
Oof, what a race from Jinnit, and I mean, that is something that he surely would have wanted. I think had it worked out in his favor, and had he not spun out at the end of the safety car, I think he probably could have even walked away with this race. But good drive from all. What a race!
Ferrari absolutely running away with it here tonight. First and third, 2 spots on the podium. Great performance from both drivers. One driver that dominated from the front, one driver that managed to make his way back through the back, from the very back of the grid, and that is just absolutely impressive from both of them. Fully deserved there for driver of the day for Jinnit to win it. Absolutely incredible, unbelievable drive from him. And look at these happy Ferrari drivers right on the podium there, lifting up 2 trophies, or 3 if you're counting the Constructor's trophy as well, spraying the champagne, and I'm sure that Tifosi will be absolutely ecstatic tonight. They will be lifting up many cheers for their team in red, for that Rosso Scuderia. Absolutely incredible. So we're just getting our podium finishers into the chat here, but in the meantime, we're gonna run through the finishing positions here. Razor Guy in first, Cake Thomas in second, Jinnit to win it, managing to recover back into third place. Sadistic King in fourth, Nero Nix in fifth, Saffron City in sixth, seventh goes to Space Cowboy, eighth to JC Blackley, ninth to C Freeman, 10th to Smith Pell, 11th to Tear the Tear, Xui in 12th, Super Ninjas in 13th, Racing Ginger in 14th, Best Bonds in 15th, and then from there on, everybody else unfortunately did not make it to the end of the race, and that would be It's Heavy S, Feman 06, Detail 86, Domingo, and OG Northerner. So, wow, I don't even know what else I can say at the end of this one, because Mexico is one of my favorite tracks to watch. This Division 2 has been absolutely, blowing it out of the water for the last couple of weeks that I've been watching and commentating on them. And tonight's race just had everything you could have asked for. I mean, the only thing we didn't get there was the rain. But honestly, even towards the end of the race, it was starting to look like that would be coming as well. So, absolutely incredible. I am almost, speechless right now. So, I did see that the Razor guy has joined us in the party, but I haven't seen anyone else. Hotspot, how
So
you doing on the invites?
I sent the invite to Cake Thomas as well. Janet, it wouldn't let me invite him because of his settings. So maybe we'll get him in here. Yep. Okay. So so we will be getting Jenna in here. I'm not sure about Cake Thomas. I have invited the both of them, but Razor Guy is here. Razor Guy, I mean, I don't even know where to begin. I mean, how do you possibly stay calm under a race like that and keep it flawless throughout the whole thing? Fair enough. Yeah, and I tell you what, I mean, the tire strategy was absolutely like thrown out the window. I mean, what was going through your mind that whole race? Because certainly you've had to adjust on the fly the whole time.
Razor guy, let me ask you something, man. Two wins in a row now. You were in eighth in the standings as we were coming into tonight's race, but obviously that is going to be a nice little boost of points for yourself, but also for your teammate, yourself and Jinna to win it. Doing an incredible job. Ferrari was way down last round around, and now you guys have done an incredible job to lift it back up in the standings. I think this might give you get you very close to McLaren then for the lead of the constructors. But my main question for you is, first of all, how do you prepare for your league races? And secondly, after you get a performance like two wins in a row, what's your mindset for the rest of it? Your mindset, after getting two wins in a row, staying in that mindset for the rest of the season, how are you feeling? Wow, well,
Good stuff. And
congratulations.
I think we're gonna be having Janet come in here very
Okay.
shortly. But congratulations, dude! Drive it's been. And where do we go off to next week? While we're still waiting for him to trying to add him to the party. Just next race go to China and Baku and Sha. I mean, are we looking at Are these a couple good tracks for you? Do you think you could keep putting in these solid results? Yeah, we got Baku and then Russia after that.
Well, congratulations. Yeah. Congratulations, Razor, man. Again, 2 wins in a row. Incredible performance in tonight's race. Just absolutely holding control of the race from start to finish. Great performance for Ferrari. And speaking of Ferrari drivers, we now have F1 Ginnet to win it in the lobby with us as well, and we were very much anticipating to hear from you because you were starting at the back of the grid with your qualifying ban. You managed to recover to first of all, you managed to recover 10 positions on lap 1. I've never seen that before. That is, first of all, an incredible feat by itself. But then after that, I think on the first safety car you were in P3, on the second safety car you were in P1. But that brings me to my first question. What happened on the restart of that second safety car?
So, the safety car goes in clearly past the line, and I'm still throttled. And obviously, I've got overtake on, so I was anticipating it to go without being throttled, and overtake on and coming off being throttled results in a spin. And that's what happened. I'm just glad I didn't take anyone out with me. So,
and you were at a really awkward part of the track as well. Yeah. I mean, right before the start line as well. I mean, there was you did a great job adjusting that, keeping it off the track. But anyways, so you started at the back of the grid, and there's mayhem in front of you. I mean, how do you work your way through that and just keep yourself calm and collected through that? Because I mean, at any point something could have happened, but you stayed pretty clean throughout the whole thing. So I mean, how do you bring yourself to do that? How do you bring yourself to stay clean through utter chaos like that?
I don't know. It's the first lap. I suddenly became Moses, and everyone was having incidents and going off track. I didn't overtake anyone. It was just the seas had parted, and I could just collect positions.
Wow, incredible, and then still recovering to third place to get yourself a podium after starting right at the back there is absolutely incredible. I mean, congratulations on tonight's race, but same question to you as as I was asking from your teammate, in terms of your outlook for the rest of the season here after a couple of races that went back and forth for you. What do you expect from this division and from the rest of the season? Where do you think you might end up?
It's looking good at the minute, but anything can really happen. We've seen last week in Bahrain, anything can happen. Points can be easily dropped. But tonight I think I maximised my mistakes in the end. It's all about that, maximising and bringing as much points home as possible. We're looking good, just got to keep it going.
Absolutely, man, and what a drive it was. I mean, these past 2 weeks you've got every obstacle thrown at you and everything. I mean, what a drive it's been. What a form of consistency you've had as well. Since you've been thrown into the Ferrari seat back in France, I mean, it's been an absolute pleasure watching you race. I mean, you're slowly starting to become one of the more prominent figures in this division, and then very soon enough, probably the whole league. So, I mean, congrats on the podium today, and hopefully this run of form continues for you, sir, because it has been very exciting to watch.
Thank you very much.
All right, well, I think that's pretty much all the questions we've got for our 2 Ferrari drivers in first and third on the podium here tonight after what has been one of the craziest races that I have had the chance to commentate on. So, Hotspot, some sending off notes on this one. What do you got to say?
Well, I tell you what a race that's been. Be sure to tune in with us tomorrow for the Friday race, which is the weekly thing we got going on. That should be absolutely amazing. Once again, hopefully I don't completely and utterly wreck myself as I seem to do every single week, as I usually get beaten that. But yeah, we will see you guys tomorrow on the Midwest F1 Twitch for the Friday player series. We will see you guys next week in Baku. I believe I said that correctly. I had it a second ago. Yep, in China next week. So we will see you, everybody in China, for what I expect to be another solid race.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for joining me in the booth tonight as well. It's been an absolute pleasure working alongside you as well. It's also been an absolute pleasure coming back to Division 2 for another week of commentary. Hope everybody has enjoyed our commentary and the stream overall. It's been a crazy, crazy race. If you guys missed it, definitely rewind back to the start of the stream there and watch it, because you will not be disappointed. It had everything you can ask for. I'll just put it at that. But yeah, other than that, I just want to thank all of our drivers for putting on a great race once again. Also, a huge thank you to the two Ferrari drivers for joining us for the interviews and letting us know, how it looks from their perspective. It's a great addition to the stream and to the race. As Hotspot mentioned, join us tomorrow for the Friday series. Also, join us next week for another race on Thursday for round 8 in China for Division 2. Huge thank you also to everybody who's been watching. Huge thank you to all of the organizers of the league for making everything work for us every single week. It's definitely a pleasure to have a well-organized league there. So yeah, thanks again from BLIN-MACHINE and Hotspot for watching. We will see you soon in Midwest F1 League once again. Have a great night.